Texas and Super Highway deal with Spain. Yes, it is back. You guys may remember the so-called Trans-Texas Corridor, this giant sprawling highway with no regulation, privately owned, where they can run drugs, hookers filled with drugs, or whatever else they wanted to do without pretty much any oversight. It never really died. They just repackaged it as they often do, and they're representing it to you now. So let's take a look at that article. Very quietly, Governor Rick Perry and the Texas Department of Transportation, or TxDOT, signed in October a comprehensive development agreement to construct a toll road redevelopment of Interstate I-35 north of downtown Fort Worth. TxDOT signed a 50-year deal with NTE Mobility Partners Segments 3 LLC, a U.S.-based wholly owned subsidiary of Cintra, the Spanish-owned construction company. TxDOT picked Cintra in 2005 to build what some have called the NAFTA Super Highway. So once again, this is a big sprawling highway. You guys can look it up for yourself, NAFTA Super Highway or the Trans-Texas Corridor, whichever you may prefer. This giant sprawling highway with really no oversight. They can do pretty much anything they want to do on it. It has an 85 mile an hour speed limit. I'm not so much against that, but the lack of regulation on this thing is pretty ridiculous. Now, this isn't an official story, but you guys may remember it was about 2 weeks ago now, we started the Piers Morgan petition, and we are very happy to report this thing is now over 100,000 signatures, 100,661 signatures, and we still have, what, a month to go? Scroll back down again. No, up, let me see. Okay, so we still have till January 20th. And Mr. Morgan has gone on to say that if we continue with our gun laws the way they are, we won't have to deport him because he will, I guess, quote, deport himself. I think that should be our next contest. Go over and help Piers Morgan pack his bags. I think we should announce that new contest. And speaking of contests, we haven't forgotten about the Bob Costas and also the drone mob contest. If it was up to me, we would announce that stuff on Friday, but there's, an order to doing things. So we haven't forgotten. We're going to announce those soon. So stay tuned for more on that. And that brings us now to our quote of the day. This from George Washington. Let's take a look. A free people ought not only be armed and disciplined, but they should also have sufficient arms and ammunition to maintain a status of independence from any who might attempt to abuse them, which include their own government. George Washington. So there you go. This for all the people who say the Second Amendment is just for duck hunting or, whatever else, shooting at the range. No, you don't. A gun at the range isn't going to help you when somebody breaks into your house or, concealed carry things and things like that. And people keep talking about this this latest guy, the Sandy Hook guy, excuse me, not the latest guy. We've had stuff go on in San Antonio and other places since then that the mainstream media has completely ignored. But anyway, this latest guy, or say it again, the guy at Sandy Hook, you guys know who I'm talking about. They said he didn't even take his Bushmaster AR-15, if that was even the gun he had, into the school. They said he left it in his car. So there's this big campaign to ban a weapon that I guess he had, I guess he stole it from his mom, but didn't even get used in the shooting. And there's other things like people asking the question, if the guy did go into the school, where is the surveillance footage at? And people say like, well, we can't show that footage because it's disrespectful to the children. You don't have to show any of the kids getting shot. You can show the guy walking into the door. I mean, it's a school building. They should have plenty of footage of this lone gunman running through the school and firing his weapons or whatever the case may be. But anyway, back to the point, you need your guns, you need your ammunition. And why do you need more than 10 rounds in a magazine? Because a well-regulated militia needs more than 10 rounds in their magazines to fight, including those people who may be in their own government. I'm not saying be anti-government. I'm not saying shoot cops or whoever else. George Washington knew back then that you may need your firearms to protect yourself, and they knew what they were doing back then. So quit trying to change the Second Amendment. And that's it for this segment. Stay tuned. We'll have another segment with a video Rob Dew did a little bit back. It's titled "Troops Ordered to Kill All Americans Who Do Not Turn in Guns." You guys can find that on YouTube, but we'll also air it here as well. And the title speaks for itself, so definitely stay tuned for that. And also, if you want to support this broadcast, stop by prisonplanet.tv, get yourself a membership. We have a 15-day free trial. You guys can see the new site. It's cleaner, it's sleeker, it's better organized. So go on there, share the password with your family and friends. You can share one password with up to 10 people. You can see the Dianne Feinstein action figure right there. And if you guys watched last night's episode, Alex said he was going to interview the action figure. Various scheduling delays happened, so hopefully that'll come out soon. It's not going to be on tonight, but definitely look for that in the near future. And also check out the InfoWars shop, where you can get the new InfoWars magazine. There it is right there. 2013, the year America dies, ? So we still have time to turn this thing around on all fronts, on the fiscal cliff, on the guns, on the whatever, on the healthcare, on the GMO. We still have time to turn things around, but you have to get politically active. You have to get off the couch. You have to talk to people, because I see these people in these comments and they say, InfoWars, they're out there selling magazines and writing petitions. They need to do this stuff to get ready for when the collapse happens. Okay, let me share something with you, master prepper. And I got some stuff in my house too, so I'm not down in preppers. But I see these guys, they're saying, yeah, I'm gonna sit around with my MREs and my bullets, and if somebody tries to come and take me away to the FEMA camp, I'm gonna shoot them. I got some news for you, sir. If you're not bold enough to talk to somebody about real political issues, you're not gonna be bold enough to shoot somebody who comes to your house to drag you off, especially if they're armed too. Just keep that in your mind. We don't want that scenario to happen. So do everything you can now in the information war so it doesn't spill over to a physical war. But that's it. I'm ranting and rambling. So stay tuned for this next segment with Rob Dew.
And now, a special Christmas message from the Federal Reserve. This Christmas, the Federal Reserve would like to wish all of our slaves a very merry quantitative easing 4. Our current chair, Ben Bernanke, has perfected the art of giving money to foreign banks for many years, as seen in this rare home movie. Ben is currently giving these banks $85 billion per month. Excellent work, Ben. Once again, this is the Federal Reserve wishing you and yours a very merry quantitative easing 4, and we hope to destroy your economy in the new year.